If you wake up and become a pterosaur, can you rule the skies of Africa? You just broke a shell for nearly a meter. The first breath was stuffy and the chest was tight. This hollow skeleton. It was originally inflated for the dense atmosphere of the Bay period. Modern air is too thin. You can't fly by instinct alone. The topping gravel followed and fell. Half the nest collapsed directly. You fell on the half-cliff platform. Gong's brother didn't hold on to the rock wall. Straight to the bottom. The white-backed thing at the bottom swarmed up. She didn't even scream. The wood smelled of eggshells and surrounded the rock platform. The prison is already at your feet. There is no refund. You open up and jump out. The wind pours in. You scrape the rock wall crookedly and cut out more than 10 meters. Hit the gentle slope below. Born in less than 40 seconds. You flew for the first time. He also remembered the group of dark shadows at the bottom of the valley. You are the growth rate of the earth. One of the fastest vertebrates. The first month of life is the outbreak period. A lamp grows madly to 3 meters. The first half of the month you were still gliding against the rock wall. Catch a lizard. Locusts fill their stomachs and wait for one lamp to exceed 2 meters. The hare and guinea fowl became the main prey. Even so, it can't keep up with the speed of your body's consumption. You wake up every day looking for something to eat. After eating, practice 3 times a grind. It's full of small wounds. Just stabilize. Every 2 days you bump into an adult eagle. This is the toughest aerial hunter in Africa. A lamp of 2 meters. Sharp claws can crush the skull of an antelope. You two are the same size. He treats you as one of the invaders. Plunge down from the sky. Claws go straight to your drive. You're on a cliff. You can't hide. The left wing took a hard claw. The flesh was torn open with blood. You didn't escape. Take advantage of the rock wall to explore forward. The monitor precisely poked into one of his eyes. Let out a scream. Twisted and fell to the bottom. You crouched in the crack and gasped for breath. The wings are shaking with pain. You know very well. It was a narrow victory. Not flying high enough to save enough effort. Next time you encounter hard stubble, it's you who dies. You're not flapping around like a normal baby bird. Start to rely on the common sense in your head. The walls of the mission were scorched by the sun. Upwelling hot air can drag birds up without flapping their wings. This is the most effortless way to fly. It's your only way out. You climb to the top of the cliff at noon every day. Calculate the wind direction and jump down. Fell a dozen times. A few heartbreaks were added to the grinding. Finally one time. The steady flow of air is holding your body. You go higher and higher with the wind. The canyon at my feet shrank into a slit. The western savanna in the distance. Until the end of the sky. You're finally really flying. It's not by animal nature, Shankai. It is the human brain that steps on the rules of the sky. Not just getting started. Filling your stomach is the hardest. 2 years. Your exhibition broke through 6 meters. The hair pro machine can't fit between its teeth. You start aiming to crush into an antelope. But hunting at low altitudes is too easy to expose. The black-spotted spirit group has a special guard. Your shadow just passed by. The whole group ran away. You occasionally wander. Change to white evil. The terrestrial biomass is several times what it is today. The prey is large and dense. Hunting is far more cost-effective than it is now. Not like here. You have to go to great lengths to grab enough. You changed your mind without quotes. You climb 800 meters in one go. Hiding in the backlight of the sun. You have the greatest power of any land animal. 800 meters in height. Can see the wobble of hare ears in the grass. Can tell which of the wildebeest runs the slowest. Which one left the order. Calculate the wind gravity speed. And dive angle. Fold your wings. Like a bony hare with brittle shoulders. Straight down. Falling speed skyrocketed to 130 kilometers per hour. The mute adult antelope just looked up and heard the wind. Your shoulder would have smashed right through his spine. 12 seconds in total. By instinct, sooner or later you will starve to death by relying on the human brain. You are the true hunter of the sky. After that, you start hunting bigger and bigger. From subadult antelope to adult wildebeest pups to the larger zebra larvae. Rely on the same set of high-altitude dive tactics. There is no house on the grassland that you cannot break. The day the exhibition broke through 7 meters, you drifted down the heat stream back to the cliff of birth. The group of white people who were rescued by mistake waiting to feed the dead cliff top. You rushed in without talking nonsense. Swept by. The 2 fog were directly smashed and the bones fell off the cliff. Supervisory committee. The leading fog was frozen through the chest on the spot. A few minutes. There is not a single living thing on the cliff top. The account was cleared by the way. Also at this stage, you feel it for the first time. The oppressive power of body shape. You land and eat. Just ripped open the belly of the wildebeest. More than a dozen the dogs surrounded by the smell of blood. But they dare not approach. Just turn around a few dozen meters and you watch. In a healthy state would easily pierce their skulls. No one wants to take the risk. You pick up the fattest part of your prey, the right wing. Fly to a nearby rock platform and eat slowly. You know very well that the sky is your advantage. The ground doesn't need to be hard. A lamp is 9 meters long. Your feeding range extends deep into the canyon. That's the traditional territory of the eagle. You were hovering over the canyon. The eagle in the empty nest exploded. 7 or 8 adult eagles huddled and smirked. But no one dared to rush up. They can read the size of your wings. I know that rushing up is to die. You just skimmed around. Sweeping across the rock wall, the entire herd of minks simply abandoned the nest. Fleeing to the mountains in a panic. Never set foot on the plains again. You're not here for revenge. It's just that this day will be yours in the future. The real test is never any other flight. Is the sky itself? Once you foraged long distances, encountered summer thunderstorm lightning clouds, flashes in the dark clouds of opportunity. It's surrounded by turbulence and sinking air. A hard break can directly shoot you into the ground. You don't panic, just rely on common sense. Immediately go sideways in the direction above the cloud. The further away from the cloud, find a stable warm zone. Updraft climbs away. You go around for more than 10 kilometers. The wings are numb by the turbulence. I finally felt a steady stream of heat. Climb steadily with the wind, out of the storm's reach. After this experience, you have truly grasped the temper of this sky. 5 years, you grow to the end. One is 12 meters long. Standing on the ground, you can stand shoulder to shoulder with a giraffe. You have become the absolute king of this sky. I see your shadow and go away. Even your leftover prey won't dare to take half a step closer. The eagle hides in the mountains. They were no longer to be seen over the plains. The herd of antelopes only dares at dawn and dusk. Just drove out to drink water. The daytime sky is all your territory. Once you landed and drank water, just in time for the lions to hunt wild beasts. The leading lioness looks up at you. I straightened my body for a few seconds. Make sure you have no intention of landing. He turned around and continued to direct the hunt. You didn't stay long. After drinking the water, it is being repulsed away. You didn't do anything. Just being alive rewrote the rules of the entire grassland. The real dead end is always on the ground. The day you dived and hunted wild beasts, the angle is off. The left wing is hanging from the bold tail net of the ranch. You hit the ground hard. Barbed wire. Make a big hole. It's hard to lift your wings with blood stretched out. The smell of blood soon attracted dozens of spotted hounds. Came up from all directions. They saw you were seriously injured. Courage is instant. Take turns jumping forward to tempt you to burn 7 or 8 to death. But they don't stop dying. The wound is getting bigger and bigger. It's exhausting. Another half hour. You're going to be torn apart here. Just then, the ground suddenly shook. Again and again. The grass and gravel I stepped on splashed everywhere. The surrounding hounds froze instantly. The one in the front row directly clipped the tail. Even the roar was in his throat. A 13-meter-long Tyrannosaurus walked out of the jangling ridge. The skull is almost as tall as an adult. The thick scales glowed with a cold light. He's tracking prey by. I never looked at you. Your eyes only scanned the pack of hounds at your feet. 2 steps forward. The first 2 hounds turned and ran. He pokes his neck. I caught the 2 and gently joined them in the river. Dreams of broken bones explode. 2 corpses smashed to the ground like rotten meat. It's no different from crushing to bugs. The rest ran away. A few more hid by the bushes and bared their teeth. Dare not rush and refuse to leave. There was a roar coming out of his nose. Not a sharp personal trainer. It's a low-frequency dream that vibrates out of the chest. Swipe it against the ground. The grass is shaking. Even your magical city is slightly numb. The hounds collapsed in an instant, fleeing like crazy with his tail between his legs. In the blink of an eye, there was no trace. The world went quiet. Only the sound of the wind blowing through the leaves of grass. He walks up to you, the huge head lowered. There is no hostility in the amber eyes, only a faint sense of familiarity. His nose touched you lightly. The tangled demons didn't help you burn them away. Didn't stop much. 2 seconds later, he looks away. Turn around and continue to the water source. Walk towards deep footprints embedded in the soil. You stare at his back. A few fragmented images flashed through my mind. The dampness of Jin Hahuan's thorn caves. Soft fluff and claws. The wind blows and the dog disperses. Wait until he disappears completely into the woods. You just use the regulator to tear off the deformed tail net enduring little by the pain little. And fly back to the rock wall. The nest is approaching and doesn't last long. Your presence alerted the local conservation department. A light helicopter carrying anesthetists. Broken. Circling around you. To remove you from the human activity zone. You know the power of hot weapons. Don't touch the strongest heat flow through government affairs. You climb vertically thousands of meters into the air. Helicopter sound can't catch up with you. The tranquilizer gun can't even aim at this distance. You can only circle below. You're not hiding. Instead, he swooped directly above the helicopter, passing through the low altitude again and again with the airflow caused the fuselage to shake violently. The pilot couldn't aim steadily at all. After a few rounds of testing, the crew knew it couldn't be done. Removal and anesthesia You tasks. Can only turn around and request reinforcements. You won the game. But you also know that this is just the beginning. Humanity will not give up. Next time, it will only be more powerful equipment. You didn't stay long. That day, it plunged into the depths of the clouds. Fly to more remote no man's land. You're too tired. Familiar sleepiness comes up slowly like a cloud. You took one last look. The boundless earth beneath my feet. He will never know. The king of the sky who once had a white trail. Fly freely here. And you close your eyes. Open your eyes again. The wind is gone. The smell of dust has dissipated. You want to lift your wings? Stretching out our thick front legs full of muscles. A mouth with a 3-inch arrow ruler. Press the light paw into the soil. All over my body. The next rebirth is already waiting for you. Are you ready?